My son, you are ready. From Kino to 5, Assumption, and Call of the Dead. Everything the light touches is yours.
Everything the light touches. What about that shadowy place?
Sticks will go up your butt. You must never go there, son.
It tickles my special place.
Nah, pause, bro. I don't even know. Let's go back. It's August 2011. Zombies is in its first golden age. Every release recently has been extremely unique, and when Treyarch dropped the trailer for DLC 3, it was clear that trend was here to stay. Honestly, this is one of Treyarch's best trailers ever. In the Jungle is a great song choice, especially coming off 2 maps set in Mother Russia. But the biggest thing here, they teased so many new features. There's a minecart, water slide, special enemies, even a shrink ray, and oh my god, so fun, they brought back monkeys. We all loved those. I'm sure these ones will be great. This is truly the era where you had no clue what to expect from a new zombies map. The devs were just having fun and taking risks with the game mode, which was awesome to see. It's safe to say we were all hyped for this map, but the problem is when it hit the PlayStation Store, most players just really didn't like it, and it was the first map hated at launch. Difficulty is a big part of the reason people didn't like Shang at the time, but it's also the reason people have returned back over the years. So is Shang good or is it bad? Let's boot it up to find out.
We have arrived. This is the place we're supposed to be.
The first thing that really jumps out, it's just beautiful, man.
I fucking love you, dude.
Shang was supposed to be set in Vietnam, but they pivoted and made it a mythical paradise in the Himalayas known as Shangri-La. From the lighting to the color scheme and even the skybox, it's just gorgeous. But as you venture out and explore the map, things get progressively more dark. It's a great mix of beauty and horror, but I'm not just talking about the minds, bodies, and experiments going on. The layout and gameplay also juxtaposes the beauty with tension. Like Verrückt in the past, the hallways are tight. Spawns are placed in great positions to screw you over. There's also mud mazes and spikes to slow you down in dangerous areas. It's honestly pretty clear that Shang is a direct response to how easy the game mode had gotten for the community, because everything that made the game easy is gone. There's no training spots, no dog rounds for max ammos, and no traps. Call of the Dead started toying with those concepts, but Shang is the first map where you really can't survive unless you lock in.
Oh my god. That's good though, because I have to take a shit.
But what's cool is the map can be pretty rewarding when you do. That's because there are a few enemy types you can manipulate to help you out. Let's start with the napalm zombies. These things are pretty dangerous. Normally they're just walking around really slow vibing, kind of like George. Except this time when you get near them, they just fucking explode. Even if you have Jug and are running at full speed, it's gonna cause a lot of damage, and sometimes can even insta-down you. But if you kill them at the right place, the sloppy seconds can be used as a trap. The other special zombie is the Screecher. And these things really can't be used to your benefit. They run about as fast as a Verrückt sprinter, and while they can cause damage, the real way they can kill you is by blinding you. If you're looking at them when they scream, you just won't be able to see for a few seconds, which can easily lead to a down to the other zombies. The last special enemy type is still chilling back at spawn. More monkeys. We all had PTSD after Ascension, but these were a bit better. Instead of stealing perks, they were after your power drops. They'll only leave spawn if one drops, then they'll pick it up and run. It can definitely get annoying if you aren't focused, but there is a plus side. If you can kill the monkey while it runs away, you can basically turn any drop into a max ammo, or turn a max ammo into perk bottles. They're also a great source of points. You can get 500 or an extra 1,000 if you kill a monkey before it hits you. While Shang's a hard map, it honestly feels fair. Almost everything has a counter. Butt spikes, just jump over them. Mud maze, jump through it or take your chances. And the special enemies can help you if you're resourceful. Very rarely on this map do I feel like my deaths were unavoidable, but given where the community was at the time, this was still a really big difficulty spike. And the layout was a really big part of that. The last 2 maps were both massive, but Shang is just a lot smaller.
Ooh, that's kind of small. Yikes.
There's very little space, and especially underground, it's easy to feel claustrophobic. That increases the skill ceiling for high rounds, but the flip side of that, the map's overall size decreases it for the early game. You never really have to make those tough decisions about which way to go, because whether you buy to the right or left, you've got a 50-50 chance of Jug and the box, and you'll get to power and Bowie at the same time, which takes away a lot of the early game meta which had built up over the past few months.
Oh my gosh. What do I do?
And even though it's tiny, there's more fast travel than we've ever seen. We've got a minecart, water slide, and some geysers. It makes getting around feel crazy smooth. You're never more than 15 seconds away from your destination. And that's cool, but it also feels wasted on a map this small. Another thing Shang really nails is its wonder weapon. The shrink ray, baby gun, whatever you want to call it, this thing is just so cool. It technically doesn't kill anything, but you can shrink an entire horde of zombies, including the napalms or shriekers. Then you just literally have to breathe on them or kick them and they die. I love this gun so much. It's really close to being the perfect wonder weapon. Ammo isn't a problem, it can get you out of a mess, but it's not too overpowered. There's a variety in ways you can use it, and the concept is just crazy unique. Another really cool idea on Shang is the way you open Pack-a-Punch. It's at the top of the temple and spawn, but the stairs are kind of like the classic bookshelf secret door. The only way to open them is by standing on pressure plates around the map. There will be one plate for each player in the lobby, and everyone's got to stand on them at the same time. Then you're on a timer before water rushes down, clearing you from the area. It's cool, but I'm not a huge fan of the forced collaboration. It made playing Shang in random lobbies impossible at launch, and even playing with a friend who hasn't played the map before can be tedious. And I think that leads us into exclusionary gameplay, because it's a really big theme in this era of zombies, especially when it comes to the Easter eggs. For a lot of the quests during this era, you need 4 players. And yeah, sure, that concept brought a lot of people together on forums, playing together, becoming friends, but for someone who's socially awkward like me, it meant playing with my 2 friends and an extra controller on split screen so we could do some of this stuff. Thankfully, you can do basically anything with mods nowadays, but requiring 4 people to do this Easter egg just really sucked at the time because it kept people from playing it, and it was a really cool quest. You've got to press 4 buttons at the same time, triggering solar eclipse time travel.
Whoa! Okay, what the hell just happened?
Whoa!
Then you can talk to 2 lost white dudes and try to free them.
Well, we lucked out on that. I wouldn't classify any of this as lucky.
To do that, you've got to play a matching game, use a water slide, follow a ball around, make a melody with the ball.
You standing?
Yeah.
Knife some gongs, get a napalm to set some gas lines on fire, spike some holes, find some stones, blow something up, and then do algebra.
16, 1, 3, 4.
And once you do free Brock and Gary, Richtofen gets the focusing stone, and you get all 7 perks permanently.
Wow, only an hour and a half.
It's definitely a bit overkill, but it's also really fun, and it's the first egg that felt really massive. Eclipse mode is beautiful, and the steps really make you self-insert as like Indiana Jones or something. The reward is also the best we've gotten so far.
Oh boy, this is it.
And on top of that, the storyline is really ramping up towards some pretty crazy reveals in the next map.
But why is Samantha in the queue?
But it's just really hard for me to excuse this being 4-player exclusive, especially after people loved Call of the Dead's quest. I just don't understand backtracking and requiring 4 people. Not all of us have friends.
I don't need friends, they disappoint me.
Storyline is probably the main reason, but even then there are only 5 people on Earth who fully understand the zombie story anyway, so just make the content accessible. Because if this quest was available to more people, less of them would have hated this map. It also would have really helped if some of the cut content actually made the map. Leaked concept art has made the rounds, and some of it's just really cool, including elemental upgrades for the wonder weapon, a buildable chainsaw, and some teleporters.
Holy shit.
Shangri-La's best kept secret though is its location. In 2012, Zombies director Jimmy Zielinski tweeted, "Shangri-La Mountains." This led some of us down a serious rabbit hole, ending in a pretty widely accepted theory that the map takes place on Mars. The evidence is kind of weak. It's like the mountains are red, the moon in the sky doesn't look like ours, and some of the texture files are called Mars Vista. But still, I kind of believe it. Because while it's insane, it's not really that crazy compared to everything else in Zombies. And whether it was true or not, it was a really cool talking point in a mode shrouded in mystery for its first few years. But all the passion behind this map doesn't change the fact that it was hated at launch. That's why it gets a 3 for reception. It also gets a 9 for innovation, 8 for replayability with the EE and fun high rounds, 3 for casual gameplay, and 10 for setting just because it's so beautiful. Averaged together, that's a 6.6, landing in the C tier. Shang was controversial and frustrating, but it was also really cool. And the map we'll look at next time takes that formula and turns up the volume. Oh no! I missed.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So like 85% of people close the videos after I do the ratings and when I start these unscripted updates at the end. So if you're still here, first off, thanks for watching. But second, you're one of the few. So you should probably subscribe if you haven't. We're going through all of COD Zombies in order in this series. I've also got a Discord, a Twitter link below. We've been talking about the maps a bit in Discord, but I'd love to get some more people in there, you know, just get some more conversations going. I'd love to hear what you think about the map. You can leave a comment, whatever. But when it comes to this video, I think it was kind of hard to make just because I didn't have any strong opinions about Shang either way when it came out. Like, I sort of liked it. I definitely felt the frustration with everybody else, but I did sort of like the map. But making the video, I feel like I learned a lot about Shang that I didn't know before. Like, it was actually the first map to have female zombies, which is kind of cool. It was also supposed to take place in Vietnam with like campaign characters, but the idea just didn't work out for some reason. But I don't know, I think that's kind of cool just how much the devs were just throwing shit at a wall to see what stuck. And obviously all of it didn't, but you know, it's still really cool that they were trying new things. Also, we did another poll. This time was who's the best out of the main cast. Richtofen won, which isn't a surprise to me, but Dempsey and Nikolai did a lot better than I thought they would. I think Nikolai is probably my favorite, but I didn't think that was like a common opinion, you know? Even Takio got a little bit of love, which is just shocking to me. I didn't know anybody liked him. Anyway, thanks for watching. Next map is Moon. I'll see y'all then.